So, my dear students, now today we are going to discuss the nitrogen rule and the double bond equivalence, which is very, very important. These two rules, which are very important, and they can, by using these two rules, we can identify a structure of a particular sample here. So let us understand these two rules here, nitrogen rule and the double bond equivalence here. And these two rules are very much important in the mass spectrometry here. So first, let us understand the nitrogen rule. So then we will see the double bond equivalence here. So see what is this particularly the nitrogen rule? So nitrogen rule is nothing but the compounds with even mass. The compounds with even mass have even number of nitrogen atoms. So if a particular sample, the mass, the molecular ion, if it is having the mass with even number, then definitely the whatever the number of nitrogens will be even or zero here. So see here, compounds with odd number of mass, so they are having the odd number of nitrogen atom here. This is not zero. This is, see here. So if it is having the even number, let us take like this. So see here. So this is aniline here. And this aniline, how many nitrogens it is having? So one nitrogen. So definitely if you calculate the mass of this, you will get only the odd value here. So if it is even, so definitely let us take another example like this. So here this it is a benzene here. So definitely you will get an even number only, the mass, because there is no hydrogen here. So let us understand by taking many such examples, so that you can easily understand this. So let us take such many examples here. So let us take the first example, like simple take benzene here. Let us start from the benzene here. So benzene. So first the structure of benzene will be like this. So the molecular formula, which is C6H6 here. So how can we calculate the molecular weight of this? That is 12 into 6, 72, plus 6 hydrogens are there. So 6 hydrogen, that is 6 into 1, whatever may be, it is 6, 78. See here the mass which is even here. So remember that even here. So I'm talking about the even here. So here I will write here even. So that means the number of nitrogens, it may be 0 or even here. If even mass is there, again if odd mass is there, then you will get the odd number of nitrogen. So let us take such example like this. So simple example like this. So what is this? So this is the butane here. So I can write this like this: CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. So what is the molecular weight of this? Here 4 carbons are there. 4 into 12 here, and 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10. So 10 into 1 hydrogens are there. So here 12 into 4 here. So 12 into 4 means, so how much you will get? So 12 into 4 means, so 4, 6, and 6 on the 6, sorry. So what's it? 1 minute. So okay, 12 into, sorry, 12 into 4, right? So 4 and 1, so 48 here. 48, and here 10, and total 58. See the mass, you are getting the even here, because the number of nitrogen atoms are 0 here. So that is the case you have to understand here. So let us take such other example like this. So calculate the mass of this particular sample here. So how many hydrogens are there? How many carbons are there? So you can easily see this. So here, how many carbons are there? This is one carbon, this is second carbon, third, fourth. 4 carbons are there. 4 into 12, that is 48. And one nitrogen atom is there. 1 into nitrogen, that is nitrogen mass is 14, because atomic number is 7 and the mass which is 14 here. So you will get 14 here, and remaining will be hydrogens are there. So how many hydrogens are there here? So here you can see the 2 hydrogens here, 2 hydrogens here, and here there will be 3 hydrogens, and here there are 2 hydrogens here, and here there is 1 hydrogen, here also 3 hydrogens here. So how many hydrogens completely? The total hydrogens, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 hydrogens are there. 10 into 1. So you will get 10. And the total mass, which is 8 plus 4, 12. And 4 plus 3 is 7. See, the mass of this particular sample is, which is 72. That is again even here. So sorry, 1 minute. So it must be odd here because of one nitrogen here. So we did something mistake here. Let us check here. So how many hydrogens are there? Here there are 3 hydrogens here, and there are 2 hydrogens. Okay. So here also there is 1 hydrogen here, and here again 3 hydrogens are there, and this is 2 here. 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 1 6, 6 plus 3 9, 9 plus 2 11. So see here the number of hydrogens we have to check here. So this is 3 here, 1 2 3, and 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. There are 11 hydrogens are there, so you have to calculate as 11 here. So you have to calculate as 11 here. So how much you will get then? So 11 hydrogens are there. So that means 11, and this is 11, and you will get 8 plus 4 12, 12 plus 1 13 here. So definitely you will get the 13, and you will get the 17, 73. So this is the odd here. So why it is odd? Because the number of nitrogens is odd here. So number of nitrogens odd vaste odd masses. Number of nitrogens even vaste even vaste. So you can take many other such examples here. So let us take the other example here. So CH3 cyanide, CH3 methyl cyanide. See here. So the molecular weight of this, which is 6 plus. So see here, 2 carbons are there. So 2 into 12, that is 24, and 1 nitrogen is there. 1 into 14 nitrogen, which is next. 3 hydrogens are there. The 3 hydrogens, they are having the mass which is 1, and 3, 4, 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 3, 11, and here 2 plus 3, 2 plus 2, which is 4. The mass of this, which is 41. See this is the odd here. So again odd because of this 1 nitrogen here. So if you get the odd mass, so that means that definitely the sample will contain only odd number of nitrogen here. If it is 0, then it will considered as an even mass. So see here. So let us take such example like simple methanol C here, CH3OH. So find the particularly the molecular weight of this particular sample here. So 1 carbon, that is 1 into 12, 12 here, and 4 hydrogens are there. Very good. 4 into 1, 4, and 1 oxygen atom here. So 1 into 16, because oxygen is atomic number 8. So the 16 is the mass here. So this is 16. And see here, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2, that is 12. So sorry, 1 minute. This is one small disturbance. So see here again. So 4 plus 2 plus 4 6, 6 plus 6 12 here, and again 32. So 32 is again even here. So because the number of nitrogen is here 0 here, there is no hydrogen, then it will consider as a even here. So if it is odd, you will get the odd mass here. So that is the thing here. So we can say many other such example here. So you can take this example like I will take the pyridine here. So this pyridine here. So this pyridine is particularly, you can consider this. So how much you will get? See here. So here the number of carbons are 6 here. Sorry, 5 carbons are there. Here this is a carbon. So here second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon. So 5 into 12. So very good. That is a 60. And 1 nitrogen atom. So 1 nitrogen, the atomic mass which is 14. Then it is 14. How many hydrogens are there? So here 1 hydrogen, here 1 hydrogen, here 1 hydrogen, here also 1 hydrogen, here also 1 hydrogen. So that means 5 into 1, you will get 5 here. So how much you will get? Again 9 and 79. So again it is odd here. So like this, in this way, I can easily calculate the number of nitrogen here. If it is particular sample, the molecular ion. So if the value is even, then definitely the number of nitrogens will be even number. It may be 0, 2, 3 like this. So once again, let us see some other example like this. So many such example you can calculate here. So see here this example. So see this. So this is an aldehyde here. And how many carbons are there? So the carbons will be like this. Here 1 and the 2 and the 3 carbons are there, the pink color. So 3 into 12, 36. Next, how many hydrogens are there? So how many oxygens are there first? Only 1 oxygen. So very good. 1 into 16. 16. How many hydrogens are there here? So you can calculate the hydrogens here. So there are 3 hydrogens here. Hydrogen, and there are again 2 hydrogens here. Here 1 hydrogen. So totally 3 plus 2, 5 and 1, 6. So 6 into 1. So you will get 6 and total which is 6 3s are 18 here and this is a 48 here. See again it is even here. So this is called the nitrogen rule. So this is called nitrogen rule here. So you can take any such example here. మీరు ఎంత పెద్ద కాంప్లెక్స్ అనేది తీసుకోండి. So you will get definitely odd or even mass here. So you can take this such example like this. NH2. So the sample, if you calculate the mass of this, you will get only odd value. Definitely you will get the odd value like this. So you can take this example like this. Nitrogen, nitrogen, nitrogen. So if you calculate this, so definitely you will also get even mass here because of the two nitrogens here like this. So you can take this example like this. A very big chain like this. Again there is here chlorine here and there is a bromine here. Even though you can take any such example, you will get also here even mass here because there is no nitrogens here. So this is the nitrogen rule here. So remember that in a mass spectrometry, nitrogen rule is nothing but if a particular mass of a sample here, mass of the sample here, that is m, mass of the molecule which is, if it is odd, if it is even here. So odd ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది, even ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది అంటే the number of nitrogens must be odd. The number of nitrogens will be odd. So even number ఎప్పుడు మాస్ వస్తుంది అంటే number of nitrogens will be even here like this. So odd అంటే like this 1 3 5 7 9 11 so on like this. Even అంటే from 0 2 4 6 8 10 12 like this so on. So this is called the nitrogen rule, which is very important rule in the mass spectrometry. And by using this rule we can identify a particular structure here, particular molecular formula here. So ఏదైనా మనకు ఒక మాస్ స్పెక్ట్రమ్ ఇచ్చారు అనుకోండి. So if you take a spectrum here, so if you have the spectrum like this, so let us take a spectrum here. So I'm taking a spectrum particularly and let us take the intensities like this. So you are getting the mass values like this. So see here. And you know that whatever the last peak which is indicates M peak, this is the whatever the molecular ion at it is a parent peak here. So this is our important thing here. So this mass is very important here. So in a spectrum, if this M peak or parent peak, molecular ion peak, so if it is even, so we can say that the number of nitrogen, it must be a 0 2 4 6 8 so on like this. So if this particular parent ion, the peak which is odd, if it is odd, then the number of nitrogen atoms will be 1 3 5 7 so on like this. So this is called the nitrogen rule here. So it is very important in the mass spectrometry. So remember this. And let us see the next rule, which is also very important rule here, the double bond equivalence here. So remember this. So see here, the compounds with even mass have the even number of nitrogen atoms. So here the even number, that is 2 4 6 and also 0 here, remember this. Compounds with odd mass have odd number of nitrogen atoms. This is not 0. So definitely it must be a 1 3 5 7 so on like this. So let us start with the double bond equivalence here. So double bond equivalence is nothing but, so we can easily calculate the number of double bonds. Double bond equivalence here. So double bond. So we can easily calculate the pi bonds in a particular sample here by using this rule here. So what is this rule? See here. The DBE, double bond equivalence, which is equal to C plus 1 by H by 2 plus N by 2. So here this double bond equivalence, the value here, it will indicate number of cyclic rings, number of double bonds, R. So here it is R here and also here plus is there. So I will tell you one example so that you can easily understand here. So let us take one example here. So first the rule here, let us take. So by taking one example, so you can easily understand this. So first the rule, which is very important thing here, which is DBE. The actual rule is nothing but here. So here the number of carbons plus 1 here minus, that is H by 2 plus N by 2 here. This is the rule, double bond equivalence here. So actually the exact rule is not this, because here this is a carbon here. So carbon, you know that the carbon is a tetravalent here. Tetravalence means the valency of the carbon, which is 4. And hydrogen, which is the monovalent here. Monovalent here, because the hydrogen which is having only one valency. Carbon which is having 4 valency. And the nitrogen which is a trivalent here. Trivalent here, because the nitrogen valency is 3 here. So if you write exactly the double bond equivalence formula here, DBE, which is equal to here the tetravalent atoms here. So tetravalent atoms here, tetravalent atoms minus, so you can take here +1 and then minus monovalent atoms, the number of monovalent atoms by 2, plus the number of again trivalent atoms by 2 here. So here the tetravalent atoms, the number of whatever the number of tetravalent atoms here, and the number of monovalent atoms here, and here also the number of trivalent atoms. So you will get the double bond equivalence here. So moreover, so for easy solutions, we are taking particularly this carbon, hydrogen, and the nitrogen here, because the tetravalent means generally most of the cases carbon will be present. So in case of this tetravalent, you can take this carbon and silicon. For the monovalent, generally you can take this hydrogen, whatever the chlorine, fluorine, so bromine, they are the halogens here. So they are also monovalent here, monovalent generally. So particularly this formula will be like this. So but generally you can take this as a major thing here. The major formula you have to remember this. C plus 1 minus H by 2 plus N by 2. So this is the important formula, you have to remember this. So let us take such one example so you can easily understand them. So first let us take simple pyridine here. So once again I will write this DBE, which is equal to, so that is C plus 1 minus H by 2 plus N by 2. This is our formula, you can remember this. And let us take one such example here. So let us take the pyridine here. That's the example which is pyridine here. So the pyridine molecular formula is C5. So number of carbons will be 5, H5. The number of hydrogens will be H5, and the nitrogen here. This is, you know that C5, H5N, it is the molecular formula of this pyridine here. So now let us calculate the double bond equivalence for this. So number of carbons will be 5 plus 1 minus number of hydrogens. So number of hydrogens will be 5 by 2 plus, and again, so again this is N. So nitrogen again, which is the number of nitrogen, which is 1 by 2 here. So see here. So if you calculate this, you will get 6 minus 5 by 2 plus 1 by 2 here. So how much you will get here? So we have to calculate like this. So 6 minus 5 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So it is a fraction here. So you have to take here, then you have to substitute from the 6 here. So let us see here. So you can write like this, 6 minus, so I will write 6 plus 1 by 2 minus 5 by 2 here. So because you can easily calculate here, 6 plus 1 by 2 minus 5 by 2. So both are same here. So here by whatever here the denominator is, 2 both are same here. So simply you can write 6 plus 1 minus 5, that is minus 4 here, minus 4 here by 2. So you will get 6 minus 2 here, then you will get 4 as a double bond equivalence here. So remember that some of you may confuse here. So remember this. So what is the LCM of this 1 by 2? So here I will calculate, that is 1 by 2 minus 5 by 2. So the LCM you will get 2 here, and again 2 is there, 1 minus 5. So that means you will get minus 4 by 2. So 2 cancel, you will get minus 2 here. So that is a minus 2, and you will get 4 as a double bond equivalence here. So what is the double bond equivalence for the pyridine? That is 4. So what does it mean? So what does it mean? I will tell you here. So let us remove all these things, and I will tell you the what is 4 here, the double bond equivalence here. So see here, CBE So if it is 1, so what happens here? So let us take number of double bonds, number of triple bonds, and even ring. Because this double bond equivalence can show the double bonds, triple bond, and also ring. So if the if double bond equivalence is 1, so if you are getting a particular value which is 1, so if you are getting the double bond equivalence value is 1, it means that, so whatever the choice here, so అంటే ఏమేమి వస్తాయి అంటే చాయిస్ ఏంటి అంటే, ఒకవేళ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ 1 ఉంది అంటే దాని అర్థం ఏంటి అంటే అందులో మేబీ ఒక డబుల్ బాండ్ ఉండొచ్చు, అంతే, ఇక వేరే ఇవి ఉండొద్దు అనమాట. సో లేదా సో ఇంకేం ఉండొచ్చు అంటే, సో జనరల్లీ యూ విల్ గెట్ 1 రింగ్ అనమాట. డబుల్ బాండ్ లేదు, ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ లేదు, మేబీ ఒక రింగ్ కూడా ఉండొచ్చు if the double bond equivalence is 1. So again, so let us take the second here. Double bond equivalence second ఉంది అనుకోండి. So if it is 2 here, so then the double bonds here, so double bonds ఎన్ని ఉంటాయి మరి? సో double bonds you can take, ఇది 2 ఉండొచ్చు, ఇది 0 0 here. సో అంటే this double bond equivalence can show the double bond, triple bond, and also ring here. సో ఈ 3 చెప్తాయి అన్నమాట. సో ఇక్కడ 2 రావాలి మొత్తం. సో అందుకే డబుల్ బాండ్స్ ఉంటే 2 ఉన్నట్టు, లేదా లేదా ఇది తీసేయండి 0 0 2 రింగ్సే ఉన్నట్టు, మేబీ 2 రింగ్స్ కూడా ఉండొచ్చు, లేదా 2 డబుల్ బాండ్స్ ఉండొచ్చు, లేదా 0 1 0. సో మేబీ 1 ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ కూడా ఉండొచ్చు, ఎందుకంటే ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ 2 పై బాండ్స్ హియర్. సో 2 పై బాండ్స్ ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. సో అందుకే అందులో ఒక ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ కూడా ఉండొచ్చు. అండ్ దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ ఛాన్స్ దట్ 1 రింగ్ ఈస్ దేర్ 0, and again there is 1 ring. So one double bond, 1 ring, and that is 0 triple bond like this. So it is a choice here. So whatever that you will get again always 2 here. సో మొత్తం మీకు టోటల్ చూస్తే అదే 2 వస్తాయి, చూడండి 2 వస్తాయి, 2 వస్తాయి. మరి ఇక్కడ ఎందుకు 1 వచ్చింది సార్ అంటే ఇక్కడ ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ ఉంది. సో ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ ఈస్ ఈక్వల్ టు నథింగ్ బట్ 2 పై బాండ్స్ హియర్. సో అందుకే ఇక్కడ అదే 2గా తీసుకుంటాం. ఇక్కడ కూడా చూడండి ఒకటే తీసుకుంటాం, ఒకటే వస్తుంది. సో లైక్ దిస్ you can get the particular double bond, triple bond, or rings here. So let us remove and let us take it is 3. So let us take 3 here. So let us take 3 here. So let us take the double bond equivalence is 3. So it means that there may be 3 double bonds, 0 0 like this. So there may be 1 double bond, 1 triple bond, and 0 rings here, because here 1 double bond means 1 pi band, 1 triple bond means 2 pi band. So totally 3 is over, then the rings are 0 here. Then there are many other choices like this. So there may be 0 0 3 rings, it may also possible here, or you can take like this. So I will take like this. So it may be 1 ring is possible, and 1 triple bond is possible, and 0 double bonds are there. Like this, there are many choices here. So you can draw the structure. So you can easily draw the structure here. So see here. So how can we write with 3 double bonds here? So double bond equivalence of 3, which mean that it may be like this. 3 double bonds will be like this. So here 1 double bond and 1 triple bond here. So 1 double bond and 1 triple bond here. So like this. So it is a structure here. And you can take 3 rings are there. So that means you can take like this. So 3 rings are there. So here, see here, there is a 1 ring is there, and 1 triple bond is there. So that means 1 ring is there and there is a triple bond here. So see this. So you can see the structure, you can draw the structure like this by using this double bond equivalence here. So if the double bond equivalence is 4, so let us take if the double bond equivalence is 4. So if the double bond equivalence is 4, what happens here? So you can also see the structure for that. So double bond equivalence which is 4 here. So the possible here, the double bonds may be, there may be 4 double bonds, 0 0. So there may be 1 double bond. So there may be 1 double bond. So the remaining must be 3 here. So if you write 1, then definitely 2 are completed. Then you can write 1 ring also. See here, totally which is 4. So here 1, here 2 and here 1. So totally which is 4 here, like this. Or you can say 0 0 0. You can also get the 4 rings also. And here also you can take here. So here let us take the number of double bonds, which will be 2 here and which is 0. Then you will get the rings also, you will get 2 rings here. So then also double bond equivalence, which is 4 here. And you can also say like this. So here 1, so that means 2 are completed. And here 1 ring which is over here. So let us write 2 rings here and which is 0 here. Or you can write 1 here and 2 here, and then so here 2 plus 2 4, which is completed, and it is 0 here. So like this. So you can also try to write the structure for this. So here 4 double bonds are there. So that means, so you can write like this. What happens here? 1 2 3, and it is 4. So the structure may be like this. If the double bond equivalence is 4, here 1 1 1. See here. See, you have to understand that there it must be a one double bond, one triple bond, and one ring here. So then the double bond equivalence is 4. So there must be a ring first. So let us try to draw the ring here. So I'm see here, I'm drawing this ring, and then one double bond, one triple bond here. So let us write. So whatever, maybe you can write the inside or outside. So there is no other issue here. So you can write inside the double bond here and the outside which is triple bond here. So like this is the possible structure here. So there are many other structure possible. Just I'm telling you for the example here. So there are 4 rings here. So 4 rings means you can draw like this. 4 rings like this. And next two pi bonds here. So 2 rings are there. So that means again 2 rings that will be like this, and the 2 double bonds will be like this. You can take anywhere here, but there must be 2 double bonds here. So here again, it is the triple bond and 2 rings are there. So, so it is the 2 rings are there, and there will be one triple bond like this. So here you can see the 2 1 0. So that means there is 0 rings are there, 2 pi bonds are there, so 2 double bonds are there, one triple bond is there. So like this. Here double bond is there, and you can see here one triple bond like this. So this is the triple bond, one triple bond, and 2 double bonds like this. So in this way I can guess the possible structure here. So this is not exactly correct. So there are many other possible structure here with this. So you can also write like this. So for this, so see here, I can write the double bond here, 2 double bonds which are very adjacent here. I can write the double bonds here, and I can write the triple bond here. That is also correct. And you can write like this. So for this 2 1 0, I can write the double bond which are edges, whatever this edge double bonds here. So I can write 2 double bonds here, and triple bond will be like this. So all are generally correct here. But I can say the number of double bonds, number of triple bond, and number of rings here. So remember this. I can guess. So I can guess by using this double bond equivalence here. సో అంటే ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా మనం ఇదే స్ట్రక్చర్ అని చెప్పరాదు, కానీ డబుల్ బాండ్స్ ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి పాసిబుల్ గా మనం ఒక స్ట్రక్చర్ అనేది పర్టికులర్ గా మనం గెస్ చేయొచ్చు. ఆ తర్వాత మళ్ళీ మనం నైట్రోజన్ రూల్, మాస్ స్పెక్ట్రోమీటర్, ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ రూల్స్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసి మనం ఈజీగా స్ట్రక్చర్ ని ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయొచ్చు. సో let us see some other examples here. So let us start with one example like pyridine. So just now only I told you the pyridine here. So let us take, this is the pyridine here. So remove this. So here there is a nitrogen here, and it is a pyridine here, and this is the C5H5N, and the double bond equivalence here DBE, which is equal to, just now you have calculated here, you will get 4 here. So it means that, see here, one ring is there, and one, see here, and 3 double bonds are there. So this is 4, totally 4, which is okay, very good, completed here. So this is that case. So let us take the other example. So let us take C4H6 is there, the molecular formula. So find the structure of this by using the double bond equivalence. So DBE, which is equal to the formula, which is simply very simple, C plus 1 minus H by 2 plus N by 2. So for your convenience, let us write this. So let us write this one at this side, and this one will be left side here. So I'm writing this like this. So let us write this double bond equivalence. So plus N by 2 minus H by 2. So this is the double bond equivalence, the formula here. So let us try to solve for this particular molecular formula here. So first C4H6 is there. So that means here number of carbons here, how many are there? 4 carbons plus 1. The number of nitrogens, there is 0. Definitely there is 0 number of atoms here. 0 by 2 and minus the number of hydrogens. There are 6 hydrogens here. So see here how much you will get. This is 5 plus 0 minus 6. So sorry, 6 by 2 here. So 6 by 2 under that means you will get 3 here. So that means 5. So 5 plus 0 minus 3 here. So 0 is removed. You can see that you will get 2 here. So you will get 2 here. The double bond equivalence which is 2 here. So it means that. So the double bond equivalence 2 means it may be 2 pi bonds are there. It may be two pi bonds are there. So see here, I will write the possible structure for this 2 here. So we can write the possible structures for this. So the double bond equivalence which is 2 means it may be 1 triple bond, or it may be 2 double bonds, or it may be 1 ring and also 1 double bond here. So 1 ring and 1 double bond here. So you can write the structure for this. So the C4H6. So you have to draw the structure for the C4H6 with 1 triple bond. You can write the possible with 1 triple bond and 1 double bond and 1 ring plus 1. So I will write it. So let us see here C4H6. So it must be C4H6 here. So let us remove this thing here. So let us draw those possible structures here. So with the double bond equivalence is 2 here. So first, so let us take simple example like this. Is it a C4H6? So see here. So is it a C4H6? So definitely see here 1, 2, 3, C4 and H. So here there will be a 2 hydrogens here, hydrogen, and hydrogen here, and it is hydrogen here. So C4H6. So you can see there are 2 double bonds are there. So 2 double bonds are there. That means it is whatever the one structure here which is correct. And let us take the another structure will be like this. There is a ring here, and I will keep a double bond in that particular cyclic ring. Cyclobutane కి ఒక మధ్యలో ఒక డబుల్ బాండ్ పెట్టండి. సో ఇది కూడా C4H6 కరెక్ట్ అయినా చూడండి. సో C4H6 అంటే C4 ఉన్నాయి, ఓకే వెరీ గుడ్. H6 అంటే ఇక్కడ 2 హైడ్రోజన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఇక్కడ కూడా 2 హైడ్రోజన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో ఇక్కడ ఒక హైడ్రోజన్ ఉంది, ఇక్కడ ఒక హైడ్రోజన్ ఉంది, సారీ. సో ఓకే వెరీ, ఇక్కడ ఒకటి. సో టోటల్ ఏమి ఉన్నాయి C4H6. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో correct here. So it is also one possible structure here. So we will write all the possible structures here. So let us write the another structure will be like this. So this is also correct. So this is also correct here. You can check here. So here the number of carbons and the number of hydrogens, see here. So 4 carbons, very good here. The hydrogens, there are 2 hydrogens and 1 hydrogen. Here also 1 hydrogen. Here also 2 hydrogens will be there. So it is also C4H6 here. So like this we can guess the possible structure here. అంటే పాసిబుల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ని మనం గెస్ చేయొచ్చు అనమాట. ఇది రావచ్చు అని. సో పర్టికులర్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఇది రావచ్చు అని యూ కెన్ గెస్ పర్టికులర్ స్ట్రక్చర్ హియర్. సో ఐ విల్ రైట్ విత్ అనదర్ స్ట్రక్చర్ హియర్. సో ఇంకొక పాసిబుల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ చూద్దాం. సో ఐ విల్ రైట్ లైక్ దిస్. సో ఈవెన్ ఐ విల్ రైట్ విత్ ద అనదర్ పాసిబుల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ హియర్. There may be many other possible structures here, but we will write only for our convenient here. So let us write a cyclopropane. So here the double bond equivalence is 2. So that means I will write a double bond here, but it must be C4 here. That means 4 carbons must be there. So I will write one methyl group like this. So it is also C4H6 here. So you can check here, it is C4 or not. So 2 C4 are there. It is 1, 2, 3 C4. And count the hydrogens here. So it is 1, 2, and see here this is 1 hydrogen here, and this is 1 hydrogen, this is another hydrogen, and here 1 hydrogen, here there will be 3 hydrogens are there. So this is also C4H6 here. So this is also one possible structure here. So you can write like this. So this is not, you can write many other structures here. So I will write with another possible structure like this with triple bond here. So with triple bond also I can write this. So this is also, it may be also, it is also correct here. See here, so possible C4H6 or not. Is it C4H6 or not? You can check here. So definitely it is C4, four carbons are there, and count the hydrogens here. So this is hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen here, and here there will be three hydrogens here. So this is also C4H6 here. So this is also possible structure here. అంటే పాసిబుల్ స్ట్రక్చర్స్ మనం గెస్ చేయొచ్చు బై యూజింగ్ దిస్ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ హియర్. సో ఇది నాట్ ఓన్లీ మాస్ స్పెక్ట్రోస్కోపీ అని కాకుండా జనరల్ కూడా మనం క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఇలా కాకుండా ఇంకా ఇంకా చాలా ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చెప్తాను. ఇంకా జనరల్ పాసిబుల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చూద్దాం. సో లైక్ ఐ విల్ రైట్ ఈవెన్ విత్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్ లైక్ దిస్. సో ఐ కెన్ రైట్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్ లైక్ దిస్. సీ ద స్ట్రక్చర్ ఆఫ్ దిస్, సీ హియర్. సో ఇది ఎలా ఉంటుంది అంటే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ నాట్ కరెక్ట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్. So here the two hydrogens are there. Here also two hydrogens are there. So it is not oxygen here. So let us write here. This is the carbon here. Carbon here, which is CH2. Is this is also correct here? You can check here. So four carbons are there. Okay, very good. Four carbons are there. So you can see here four carbons are there. So see here this one is one carbon, second, third, and four carbons. Four carbons are there with six hydrogens are there. C4H6 here. So this is also correct here because one ring and one double bond here. One ring and one double bond here. Or you can say two double bonds are there. One triple bond also there. Like this, you can guess the possible structure here. So మనం guess చేయొచ్చు అన్నమాట ఒక possible structure కి. So for this C4H6, so ఏదైతే C4H6 కి C4H6, you will get the double bond equivalence, which is 2 here. And the possible structures, so whatever the possible structure, just now I have only whatever the given. So let us write those possible structure here. So for your convenience, I am writing all those structures once again like this. So this is one structure here. And you can also draw the double bond even with the adjacent like this. So you can write also the adjacent double bond like this. And you can write the triple bond. So you can write the triple bond, one triple bond like this. And you can also draw the triple bond like this. So madhyalo kuda rayachu. These are all possible structures here. So you can see here, you can also draw this like this and like this. So one double bond in a cyclobutane ring. So I will write even like this. So this is also one structure here. And we can write like this. So I can write. So this is also one structure here, and I can also draw this like this. So I can also draw this double bond here. I can use this here. ఎక్కడైనా పెట్టొచ్చు కదా. So we can also get like this, and I will also draw like this. CH2 double bond. So these are all different possible structures for this C4H6. So this ఇవన్నీ ఎలా తెలిసింది అంటే by using the C4H6, by using the double bond equivalence rule here. So by using the double bond equivalent, we can easily calculate it. So we can easily calculate it. We can easily calculate this. So let us take the another one. I will tell you with another example. So C4H8. So let us take C4H8. So what is the double bond equivalence here? DBE. So which is equal to C plus 1 plus N by 2 minus H by 2. So this is the formula here. The number of carbons. So the number of carbons will be 4 carbons plus 1 plus the number of nitrogens, which is 0 by 2 minus number of hydrogens, which is 8 by 2 here. So that means 5 plus 0 minus 8 by 2, that is 4 here. So 4. So 5 plus 0 minus 4, you will get 1 here. So the double bond equivalence for this, which is 1 here. So let us write the possible structures for this. So let us write the possible structures for this. So let us write for this. So C4H8 and the DBE, which is 1. So DBE, we are getting 1 here. So let us write the possible structures here. C4H8. C4H8. The double bond equivalence, which is 1, means it may be one double bond here. It may be one double bond here. It may be one ring also. It may be one ring also. C4H8, it may be like this. You can also draw the double bond here like this. And you can write one ring like this. So C4H8. So this is also correct. And you can also draw like this triangle with one methyl group like this. So see this. These are all the possible structures with C4H8. So is this four structures are particularly correct or not? You can check here. So see here, C4 are there, very good. So eight hydrogens are there like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here also see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 hydrogens are there. See here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 8 here. So like 8 hydrogens are there. So here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like this, 8 hydrogens are there. So this is completely the structure, the possible structure for this will be like this. So in this way, I can calculate the number of double bonds, rings or triple bonds for any sample here. So this is called the double bond equivalence, the rule which is very, very important rule here. So let us take one large sample here. I will take a big molecule here. So that is C4, C26H16 here. So let us calculate this. So what is the double bond equivalence here? C plus 1 plus N by 2 minus H by 2. So this is the formula here. And you can calculate like this. How many carbons are there? So carbons will be very good. 26 plus 1. And the number of nitrogen which is 0 by 2. Hydrogens which is 16 by 2. So you will get 27 plus 0 minus 2, 16 by 2, you will get 8. And finally, you will get 19 as this. 19 is a general DBE. So this is a 19 you have to get. So let us let us draw the possible structure for this 19 here. So let us write this for this. So let us draw with the 19 here. C26 H16 and the double bond equivalence which is 19 here. So see here. So let us draw this particular structure here. So 19. So you don't have to write the 19 rings. Very simple structure I can write here. So if you want to draw 90 rings, that is also correct here. But I can write with the double bond and with the rings here. This is one. And so I will write here. Let us write 6 cycling rings are there. So let us write 6 rings are there. And we will write the double bonds in this. So I will write the double bonds like this. So let us write the double bonds here 1, 2, 3. And here again you can write the double bond like this. And you can write the double bond here like this. Here like this. And you can write the double bond like this. So how many double bonds are there here? How many rings are there? You can calculate here. You can calculate here. So total how many rings are there? Rings how many are there? 1, 2, 3. Very good. 5 rings are there. So very good. 5 rings are there. So okay. And total double bonds are there. So here 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. How many are there total? Which is 3 plus 2, 5. So here which is 8, 8 plus 3, 11. So 11 plus 5, 16 here. So rings are 5. And again here, this is 8 and 8 plus 3, 11. So double bonds are there which are 11. So totally 16 here. So this is the structure for the C26H16 here. So the double bond equivalence must be 19 here, but totally we are getting 16 here. So that means you have to draw again 3 here. So let us try to take the another ring. So let us take the another ring so that you will get the 19 here. So let us take the another ring here. So let us draw the another ring here. So let us draw this another ring here. And see here, you can see here now. So I will write the double bond again here. Double bond here, and I can also draw the double bond like this. So now count the hydrogens carbons with the double bond equivalence here. So it must be 19 here. So first, how many double bond, how many rings are there? So first, let us take the rings. So there are 6 rings are there, very good. And the double bonds are there. How many double bonds are there? Here there is 3 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 like this. So totally 5 rings with 2. That means 10, 10 plus 3, 13 here. So 13, total 19. So very good. So now the double bond equivalence, it is definitely it matches with this 19 here. Very good. Now, but the structure, is it correct or not? You have to count that also. That is C26, H14 here. C26 ఉన్నాయా లేవా మరి అందులో? C26 ఉన్నాయా లేవా అంటే you have to count that, which is, you see here, 1, 2, 3. See here, first let us count for one ring here, and very good, this is 6 here. So let us move on to this from this side here. So this is 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 here, then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So now see the number of carbons, which is 26. Very good. So whatever the exact structure is correct here. And you can also check the number of hydrogens. So that must be 16 here. The hydrogens must be 16 here. So you can also count that also. See here. I will take with other color. So let us take with this pink color. So the 16, the hydrogens must be 16 here. So let us take the 16 here. So for each, so generally, so for each carbon, so generally here there will be one hydrogens here, here also. But here this carbon, which is already it is having 4 bonds, so there is no hydrogens here. So hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. So now count the hydrogens here. So now you can easily count the hydrogens, which is 1, and this is 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So very good. There are 16 hydrogens are there. C26 and H16. This is the correct structure, and with double bond equivalence, which matches with this, which is 19 here. So it is one of the possible structure. So actually the name of this particular structure, which is called the hexazine. Hexazine, because of the 6 rings here. 6 rings are there. The name of this particular compound, which is hexazine. So this is not the exact structure for the double bond equivalence 19 here. Double bond equivalence 19 వచ్చినంత మాత్రాన ఇది ఒకటే కాదు, ఇది పాసిబుల్ స్ట్రక్చర్. సో 19 అంటే మీరు ఇలా కూడా రాయొచ్చు. సో ఇప్పుడు ఎలా అంటే 19 పర్టికులర్ ఇట్లా రింగ్స్ పెట్టుకుంటూ వెళ్ళొచ్చు. సో ఇట్లా మీరు 19 పెట్టినా కూడా కరెక్టే వస్తాయి. 19 రింగ్స్ రాసినా కూడా కరెక్టే వస్తుంది. డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ అంటే అందులో డబుల్ బాండ్స్ ఉండొచ్చు, ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ ఉండొచ్చు, రింగ్స్ ఉండొచ్చు. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద పాసిబుల్ స్ట్రక్చర్. సో జనరల్ గా మనం పాసిబుల్ స్ట్రక్చర్స్ మనం డ్రా చేయొచ్చు. సో దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ద డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ హియర్. సో రిమెంబర్ దట్ once again I will tell you the double bond equivalence, the formula. So the double bond equivalence, the formula which is you have to remember, that is DPE, which is equal to C plus 1, and you can write plus N by 2 minus H by 2 here. So remember this formula, which is very important thing here. So remember this. So DBE, which is equal to C plus 1 plus N by 2 minus H by 2. So here this C is nothing but the number of tetravalent atoms here. The 4, which is a tetravalent, and which is a this is a trivalent here, and it is a 1 valent here, that is monovalent. So here 1 means generally it may be a fluorine, chlorine, iodine. So you can also take those here. Here you can take the silicon also, you can take this. So like this. So this is called the double bond equivalence. The formula, it can also use it to identify a structure of particular molecule here. సో శాంపుల్ యొక్క స్ట్రక్చర్ అనేది మనం ఈజీగా మనం గెస్ చేయొచ్చు అనమాట. సో ఇది ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా మాస్ స్పెక్ట్రోమెట్రీ అని కాదు, జనరల్ గా కూడా డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ అనేది యూజ్ చేస్తాం అనమాట. సో విల్ ఆల్సో స్టడీ దిస్ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ ఇన్ ఆర్గానిక్ కెమిస్ట్రీలో ఈ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ అని కూడా సపరేట్ గా చదువుతాం అనమాట. సో దీనికి ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా ఇది మాస్ స్పెక్ట్రోమెట్రీలో టాపిక్ కాదు, ఇది జనరల్ టాపిక్ అనమాట డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ అనేది. సో బై యూజింగ్ దిస్ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్, if you know the formula of a particular compound like this C4H13, so C4H12 ఇట్లా ఉంది అంటే we can try to get the structure here. So double bond equivalence rule తోని what possible structures we will try అన్నమాట. సో మనం ట్రై చేయగలుగుతాం అన్నమాట. సో that is a double bond equivalence. So we will understand this double bond equivalence in the mass spectrum here. So because in this particular double bond equivalence, so see here, so this nitrogen rule and the double bond equivalence both are very important, because we have to determine the molecular weight of a particular sample here. So see here, I want to tell you here one thing here. See here, so see here, so till now we have seen all these things: the instrumentation, isotopes, isobar, fragmentation, representation of mass spectrum, types of peaks, mass spectrum of ethyl chloride, ethyl bromide, and astrophenol. And this is a nitrogen rule and the double bond equivalence here. And the last two parts are there, which is determination of molecular weight and the McLaughlin rearrangement. So determination of molecular weight and also the molecular formula here. So let us write this is as a molecular formula here. So we will write the molecular formula and molecular structure here, and I will tell you this in the next lecture. And the last one, which is McLaughlin rearrangement. So we will discuss this in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.